We have to face up to the reality of the future that Donald Trump is putting front and center. For as long as I can remember, America has been our friend and ally. As a child, it was Ronald Reagan and Maggie Thatcher, standing firm against the Russian occupation of Eastern Europe. Later, the US and UK together liberated Kuwait after the Iraqi invasion. Tony Blair flew to Washington to stand shoulder to shoulder with President Bush after the 9/11. Of course, the US, like every other country, ultimately looked after itself and was happy to undermine the UK when it was in American interests, as it did during the 1956 Suez Crisis, for example. And when we did work together, UK was very much the junior partner. But we were partners nonetheless. The US felt an alliance with the UK was in its interests, and the alliance prospered. Today, our countries are intertwined. The US is our biggest trading partner, though we are their 8th biggest. Our armed forces use American equipment and operate on the assumption that when they fight, it will almost certainly be alongside the US. Today, a Russian dictator is trying to invade a European country. There are explosions in Kyiv, which while hundreds of miles away is closer to London than Washington is to Dallas. The Ukraine war is our war, at the very least. This is what US President Donald Trump knows this, and his response is to point out that there's a big, beautiful ocean between America and the bombing. Some of Mr. Trump's apologists argue that you can't take everything he says seriously. But it's clear that he and his team don't just hate Ukraine's President Zelensky. They have contempt for Europe, and that doesn't just mean the European. It means the continent as a whole, including the UK. For example, on Monday Mr. Trump made a deliberate effort to undermine the London summit chaired by UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and attended by Ukraine's President Zelensky on Sunday, stating, Europe, in the meeting they had with Zelensky, stated flatly that they cannot do the job without the US. Probably not a great statement to have been made in terms of a show of strength against Russia. What are they thinking?